trying this again. I think this is part 6 or it's part 5, and the last one that I said was part 5 is part 4. I'm losing track. I'll go back and edit it in the description when I rewatch them. But I'm still having issues with my phone, and I need to hurry up and rush this out so that it gets out of my head so I can go about the rest of my fucking day. So, yeah, with my story being passed around to everybody and anybody, but I'm not allowed to talk about it because I don't want anybody to feel bad for the role that they played or didn't play, the actions they did or didn't take in, my situation of being, trigger warning, essayed as a kid. Yeah. So yeah, I never really felt safe to experience anything, like, let alone fucking life. I literally recorded an entire fucking video and it got fucking corrupted, so now I've lost my entire train of thought. But yeah, shame was a very big thing, which is why I'm sitting here binge recording these videos so that I can hurry up, get it out of my fucking system, and kind of beat whatever backlash may come if they happen to see this. So yeah, I could not have negative experiences or make bad choices my whole fucking life comfortably without worrying that everybody was gonna fucking know. So now intimately, the whole world is gonna know because this is what was used to control me. And, plus, all the spiritual shame with, Jesus, God, and being virgins and shit. But yeah. So yeah, I'm putting out my fucking story and I'm going to try to get as vividly detailed as I can without over-compromising myself. But this is my way of kind of like re-empowering myself and negating all of the shame, guilt, and just disconnect with myself, because I was never really allowed to talk about it, and I was made to feel really ashamed for a lot of the shit that I went through and what I was feeling at the time, because I was feeling fucking overwhelmed. I was feeling like the world was too fucking much, and I wasn't allowed, like, a lot of the times that I was actually hurt was seen as gas, or like when I said that I had insomnia or depression, it was like, I rebuke that out of your body in the name of Jesus type shit. And it's just like, I needed fucking help. I wasn't getting therapy for the trauma that I went through when I was fucking 8 years old, and haven't my entire fucking life. I'm fucking 30 goddamn one, and I just said no to these people last year. Learn to fucking say no, because this shit broke me so bad that I did not learn to set boundaries, because this was ingrained as me as a child that I do not belong to myself, so therefore I have no autonomy. Everybody gets to tell me what to do and I can't go against it. I physically could not say it. I could just be like, I absolutely fucking hate you from inside my head, but I could not say no. I couldn't say I didn't want to do that. And so when I had moved out in and back out and back in again, and then finally now I'm out. But the last time that I lived with my family, I was really surprised that the youngest 2 siblings were able to say no over just requests that they probably should have taken anyway. But I was just like, huh, okay. So they get treated differently, but we'll talk about that another time. But they are able to say no, and that didn't necessarily bother me, but the position that the religion put me in was never not to be able to say no. The trauma, trigger warning again, because I'm gonna actually talk about some of it. So it was my stepdad that essayed me. So with the foundation that the religion built, I was not allowed to say no, and I had to respect adults and do whatever they say. I was a robot. I did not own my body. I had no autonomy. I could not say no. So anything that they did was okay. And mind you, I did have a, one of those, it's gonna sound fucking weird, but I'm gonna talk about it. They had these like bad touch videos that they would show us as kids. Hold up. So yeah, they had the bad touch videos when I was a kid, because it was like early 90s. All right, so yeah, they did have those like bad touch videos, but as a kid, I was confused by it, because in the video it was the kid's uncle, and for me it was like my stepdad, and I was calling them father at the time. So yeah, it didn't make sense to me, because it's just like, well, what if it's different? Because like the kid's dad, like the kid's uncle didn't live with him. This person lived with me. I didn't know what was gonna happen, and the rest of my family seemed fucking happy. I was the only one fucking miserable. And the one time that I did say no, he made a show of going after my first sister. And this was before the youngest was born. And so then I wasn't able to say no after that too. So not only could I not say no, because, we're supposed to respect our parents, and respecting your parents is not ever saying no in religion, I also couldn't say no to him, because then he would move on to somebody else. And that was actually what led me to tell a friend about what happened. And then that friend forced me to tell a teacher, and I couldn't even speak it because I was in fucking tears before I even got the words out. And she sent me straight to the principal's office, and I spent a lot of time being asked a lot of fucking questions by a lot of fucking people, and feeling extremely insecure and really weird. And it was the first time that I could remember I ever saw my mom cry. And having to continuously retell some bits and pieces or point to charts and stuff like that was weird for me. I just wanted to forget it ever happened. That's not exactly how it should have gone, but I didn't get any help after that. And so I wasn't able to say no after that. And that led into adulthood, where I would end up in situations, in relationships and stuff, where even if I wanted to say no, I felt like I couldn't say no. And because I agreed to do it, then because I agreed to it, like, it wasn't the bad thing, but I didn't want to. But I felt like I couldn't say no, and I didn't understand where that came from, and I would just rewrite it in my head to where, I fully consented to this, not under duress, not under stress, not under feeling like if I don't, then something bad would happen, or they would be in a bad mood, or whatever the case was. So there was a few times where in relationships I would feel like that. And I learned that from all of that. So yeah, this is why I let my kids say no. I actually ask them questions just so that they can say no. I ask my youngest daughter to do something so that if she says no, cool. And if she ends up actually saying yes and deciding to do it, that's cool too. But I ask things I know she's not going to want to do. And I only let her do so much. Like, I actually had to be careful about overcompensating, because I didn't have her even cleaning up after herself for a while because of how deeply traumatized I was from being the family slave, and I didn't want to do that to her. But she's cleaning up after herself now. So yeah, I figured I would just share that, because I'm trying to get over the fucking shame of all of my business being put out there, so I'm putting it out there myself to beat them to it. Because the shit that's coming next is going to piss some people off. And if they've still got their flying monkeys watching, because yes, I know one of them is still watching my fucking page, so be it. I'm airing out my own motherfucking business so that nobody else has to and use that against me. There you go.